You know, how do you even begin to capture the entire world? I mean, everything, from the softest fur on a little hair, all the way to the deepest fears rattling around in the human soul. Well, for one incredible master of the Northern Renaissance, Albrecht Dürer, the answer started with something surprisingly simple. It all starts with the basics, just black ink and white paper. And from just those two things, Dürer built entire universes. Seriously, every single line he carved or drew wasn't just a mark on a page. No, it was a story, it was texture, it was a feeling. So yeah, this is Albrecht Dürer. He was this incredible artist who managed to fuse the super detailed, meticulous style of Northern Europe with the grand, classical ideas coming out of the Italian Renaissance. And in this explainer, we're going to see how his work didn't just change art, it literally changed how we see reality itself. All right, so first up, let's take a look at how Dürer captured the world around him. See, he didn't just draw what he saw. He seemed to understand the very essence of his subjects, And then he translated that deep understanding into his lines. Okay, just look at his Young Hare from 1502. This isn't just a picture of a rabbit, right? It feels completely, almost startlingly alive. There's a warmth to it, a feeling of a real living creature just sitting there, totally still and alert. And get this, it's a watercolor, but it has that mind-blowing precision he's so famous for. And this is where his genius just blows me away. Look at the fur. It's not just a patch of brown color. It is a cascade of thousands of individual hairs, every single one painted with such care to catch the light just right. You can almost feel how soft it would be. And then there's this. In the deep, liquid darkness of the hare's eye, if you look incredibly close, you can see the reflection of a window frame, a tiny little cross of light. In that one minuscule detail, Dürer connects this quiet little animal to his own world, to the very room where he sat, and, in a way, right across the centuries, to us. So Dürer applied that same insane level of precision, not just to the natural world, but to his vision of the ideal. He was, and I mean this, kinda obsessed with finding mathematical perfection in the human form. It was a quest that really defined a huge chunk of his work. In his 1504 masterpiece, Adam and Eve, we really see this obsession come to life. Now, this is an engraving. That means Dürer painstakingly carved every single one of these lines into a sheet of copper with a super sharp tool called a burin. The result? Two figures in perfect classical balance, a vision of human perfection. Just notice the fine lines that create those subtle shadows on Adam's skin. That technique is called cross-hatching, and it defines every single muscle with almost scientific accuracy. And what's wild is this incredible detail isn't just for Adam and Eve. Look at the animals around them. You've got the cat, the elk, the rabbit. Each one is rendered with the exact same painstaking care. The whole scene is just held in this moment of absolute stillness. You can almost feel it. The air is thick with tension, like a quiet hum of possibility and, that impending choice. It's a silence that just glows with precision. But Dürer's universe didn't stop with the physical or even the ideal. He turned his line inward to map the landscapes of the human soul. We're talking about our morality, our intellect, and our deepest, darkest fears. Okay, here we have Night, Death, and the Devil, another one of his master engravings. The Christian knight is riding forward, his armor is catching the light, and his gaze is fixed on some destination that we can't even see. And he's surrounded by these grotesque horrors. You've got Death on a pale horse holding an hourglass, and the devil just lurking right there behind him. But the knight, he doesn't even seem to notice them. He doesn't flinch. He just rides on. Yeah, the forest is dark and menacing, but his resolve, his unwavering faith, that's a light that shines way brighter than any shadow. And then there's this masterpiece of pure mood, Melencolia I. We have this winged figure, kind of like the angel of intellect, just sitting there in a state of deep, frustrated thought. You can almost feel the tension in the room, can't you? That heavy weight of all these unanswered questions. I mean, look around. The evidence of human knowledge is scattered everywhere. A compass, a scale, a hammer, all the tools of creation are just lying there, unused. Time itself feels like it's been suspended. This is the paralysis of a brilliant mind that knows so much, yet feels like it can't create a thing. Sometimes, though, Dürer's line didn't just describe the world, it unleashed forces that could tear it apart. This piece, The Four Horsemen, is a woodcut. So instead of carving into metal, he carved away wood from a block, leaving only the lines he wanted to print. It's a much cruder, more violent medium, which is absolutely perfect for this scene of pure, explosive chaos. You've got horses just surging from the clouds, their hooves trampling everyone, a bishop, a noble, a peasant, it doesn't matter. The lines here don't just depict motion, they are motion. They're slashing across the page, creating this storm of apocalyptic fury. On a simple sheet of paper, black ink literally becomes the sound of thunder. So, 5 centuries pass, 500 years. And a huge reason we're even still talking about him is that Dürer wasn't just a genius artist. He was a really savvy entrepreneur. By mastering printmaking, both engravings and woodcuts, he could reproduce his images and sell them all across Europe. This made him one of the first truly international art stars. And because of that, the physical objects themselves endure. This fragile paper, this faded ink, it's a tangible link right back to his hand, his eye, and his completely revolutionary mind. But these aren't just silent relics sitting in a museum. No way. When you look closely, you can still feel it. The hare's fur is still soft. The night is still riding forward. That silence before the fall is still deafening. The lines, somehow, they still breathe. And the artist himself, he still looks at us. His gaze is so direct, so unflinching. It's like he knows something eternal. He saw the world, both inside and out, with a kind of clarity that it defies time. And that, right there, is the enduring genius of Albrecht Dürer. He mastered an entire universe in a single line, and he leaves us all wondering, where exactly is that point? Where does perfect mathematical precision cross over and become timeless, breathtaking poetry?